Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Yes, you are watching WEML-TV, Channel 77, episode number 292, everyone. Today's Friday the 11th, 2021, June 11th, 2021, 7:10 p.m. About 50 minutes away from SmackDown 205 live, and we're about to, I just ate dinner. I'm a little stuffed up. Oh, man. Easy, Eric. Easy. Okay. All right. All right, folks. Here we go. My hair's a little bit messed up. May have to get it cut again. I'm not so sure. What's going on? You're watching episode 292. Did I say that already? I think I did. What's going on? It's a good thing I have my own intro. I made my own intro, and I want to not messing everything up here. So before we get to the Impact Event Center recap from last night, June the 10th, 2021. As you know, against all odds, there's been a lot of craziness going to go down. I want to check you something. Now, when I opened this, I did a video. I did a couple of videos where I did a couple of videos ago when I did the Amazon unboxing, what I call Cyber Swaggin 27. And, I figured it's like, where do you put the batteries? When I said that, I just realized something. I'll open it up for a second. All right. There's a little area here. Look at that. Is where you put the batteries in this thing. Isn't this crazy? It's where you put the freaking battery. You put the batteries in this bad boy. I'm like, how in the world? This is probably the craziest thing I have ever seen in my life. And I gotta learn how to put the tape in, cassette tape in. This is a Bluetooth. And I look at this thing and I cannot believe. So that's where you put the batteries in, right there. That's where the AA batteries go. All I gotta do is yank on that little thing. So I'm gonna put this back together again. This is weird. Yeah, I'm a freaking weirdo. Son of a you know whata. Son of a you know whata. There we go. So yeah, so that's where you put the batteries in this bad boy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I'm gonna keep it charged up for the time being. It should be charged up already, I think. There you go. It's a Bluetooth cassette player. Bluetooth. That means you can use Bluetooth headphones for this bad boy. Let's see what happens. All right then, and I just ordered the Super NES Switch controller. It's gonna come in, and once it's gonna come in, I'm gonna start charging them all up. Let's see if I can get it going. All right then, you guys ready for some Impact recap? As you know, Against All Odds is coming up. So Scott D'Amore introduces Tony Khan. Don Callis interrupts them. Don Callis was not very happy that doesn't like Sami Callihan. And Callis ran his mouth. He says, hey, I don't want Sami Callihan anywhere near Daly's place. I don't want it. So they said, well, we'll make Moose and Kenny Omega go one-on-one. So, Against All Odds. And then Don Callis was talking to the Good Brothers, Kenny Omega. And then Scott D'Amore interrupts and says, hey, you know what? We're going to keep the Good Brothers here. And in the Impact Zone, they'll take on Sami Callihan and a partner of his choice. And so they're upset. They said, hey, it's a good idea. They said, they're like, fine. They're not very happy about it. They say, fine. We'll take out Sami Callihan and his partner. Brian Myers comes in and talks to Sam Beal, teach him how to do a promo class, and he started a promo about Matt Cardona, and Sam Beal started talking positive about Matt Cardona, and then Brian Myers goes, what are you doing? He says, build up your opponent. He says, no, he's supposed to tear him down, supposed to bury him and all that. And he walks away. And Scott D'Amore was talking about Against All Odds. And then Sami Callihan interrupts him saying, I think you're about to screw me too. And he says, no, listen, this is what he wanted. He's going to go out and get yourself a partner. Because, it's like, okay, fine, who's going to be my partner? And then Tommy Dreamer interrupted and said, hey, listen, the Good Brothers disrespecting me, and I'm trying to find out. I don't, they say the enemy is my friend. I'll be your partner. I got something against the Good Brothers. I hate, and all of a sudden, and then Sami Callihan goes, you know what? It's against my better judgment. What the heck? But you be my partner, but if you screw up, I'm beating the heck out of you. And Tommy Dreamer, it's like I wouldn't have it any other way. He did not mind at all. And he talked to, so are you sure you want to go against, he's the EVP of this company. Yeah, but you know what, though? He says, Don Callis is my enemy, and he's your enemy, too. You don't trust Don Callis at all. Don Callis is probably out for himself, to be honest with you. And believe me, Don Callis could be in huge heat. That's for sure. So I'm hoping. So it'll be the Good Brothers against all odds. It'll be the Good Brothers teaming up against Tommy Dreamer and Sami Callihan. This is going to be an interesting match, to say the least. And as you, so the first match of the night was Rosemary 1-on-1 with Havoc. And if Havoc wins the matchup, she'd be added to the Knockouts Championship match between Rosemary and Deonna Purrazzo as a triple threat. Rosemary won, but then they were attacked by Susan, Kimberly, and Deonna Purrazzo. And then Susan grabs the microphone and says, Kimberly and Tasha Steelz right now. So Tasha Steelz comes out. They had a matchup, and in the end, Tasha Steelz did win the match. It was a post-match brawl. And then Rosemary and Havoc get involved, take out everybody. They took out everybody. I think they want to run the Knockouts division, and you know what? Them being Knockouts Tag Team Champions and Rosemary being Knockouts Champion, that could be in the mix. Or could it be the fact that the rest of the ladies being set up by Susan? Is Susan thinking about reverting back to Su Yung? Could be very interesting. At the Bloody End Dead Bride, and you're talking about this. You're talking about DK expanding, and DK's got a shot at the tag team titles, Impact Tag Team titles against Violent by Design, who has the belts. It looks like Cody Deaner and Rhino will be the defending champs. So Steve Macklin, who used to be known as Steve Cutler, in fact, also Deonna Purrazzo's boyfriend, will be making his Impact debut. You're talking about how the back's against the wall and all that. So it's something, it is something to, it is something to behold. So I think Steve Macklin is going to be a force to be reckoned with in Impact Wrestling. The WWE, released him. We'll see what happens there. Gia Miller introduced Josh Alexander, saying bring them all. The five-way number one contenders match for the X Division title. Petey Williams, Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Rohit Raju, and Chris Bay. And Ace Austin and Madman Fulton interrupt him. He said, don't bother watching the tag team matchup. Everything should be on me. So he's watching all the matches. And then they had the tag team matchup. Petey Williams and Trey Miguel teamed up against Chris Bay and Rohit Raju. And Petey Williams and Trey Miguel won a great matchup. And then Austin and Madman Fulton attacked all four competitors. And an all-out brawl was happening. And Gia Miller interviewed Willie Mack and Rich Swann about W. Morrissey, a.k.a. Big Cass, in this no disqualification match. And Willie Mack told Rich Swann, no matter what happens, stay back here. Then they had the All About Me segment with Tennille Dashwood and Caleb. And the guest was Rachel Ellering with Jordan Grace came in. And then when Tennille Dashwood disrespected Jordan Grace, and even Rachel Ellering says she's made a commitment to be the partner of Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace says, if I had it, I'm going to go into Scott D'Amore's office. I'm going to tell him that you and I need to go and have a match, meaning Tennille Dashwood. So both ladies walk out. So that's what you get, Tennille, for wanting a match. But by the way, you as Emma, stupid. That's what I'm going to say in that matter. So Violent by Design promo on Eddie Edwards and Satoshi Kojima. Joe Doring's going to go one-on-one with Kojima against all odds. Joe Doring and Eddie Edwards went one-on-one, but then shenanigans happened at ringside by design when Diener interfered. Referee caught him. Eddie Edwards went by disqualification. They all, violent by design, all jumped Eddie Edwards. And then here comes Satoshi Kojima coming to the aid of Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards, I think if you he was a former GHC heavyweight champion of Noah, so he's probably learned some Japanese strong style moves. And Eddie Edwards is going to be a person to be reckoned with, that's for sure. Moose cut a promo about his match against Kenny Omega, and I'm hoping Moose walks out the championship. Can't stand Kenny Omega wearing a lot of those championships anymore. And the main event was William Morrissey, W. Morrissey versus Willie Mack. These two guys in a no DQ match. These guys went at it, but in the end, Morrissey did pick up the victory and was about to hurt Willie Mack and end his career. In which Swan came to his aid. I think those two are going to go at it against all odds. So the card and against all odds, the heavyweight title will be on the line, but it'll be in Daly's place, where in front of a crowd. The Moose versus Omega. Omega defending the Impact Championship. The Knockouts title on the line. Rosemary to challenge Deonna Purrazzo. The Knockouts tag team titles will be on the line as Kimberly and Susan to challenge Fire and Flavor. And a 5-way for the X Division, 5-way match for the #1 contendership for the X Division title. Ace Austin versus Rohit Raju versus Chris Bay versus Trey Miguel versus Petey Williams. And then you got the tag team titles, Impact tag titles on the line, as Violent by Design will be represented by Cody Diener and Rhino to face DK. That would be Crazy Stephen Black Taurus in that one. And W. Morrissey goes one-on-one with Rich Swann. And the Good Brothers teaming up against Simi Callahan and Tommy Dreamer. That's going to be an interesting match, to say the least. So, that is all the time I have on this great show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And later on tonight, I will give my SmackDown /205 Live Event Center recap. So, that's it. That's all the time I have episode 292 of the show, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, this is Eric Lima. Bless out.